guys, in today's video I actually wanted to talk about something that's pretty personal for me. I've done a couple other episodes about the Real Talk show and I just want to focus on some other videos, kind of giving you some backstory to who I am, so that way I feel like you guys can connect with me a little bit better in a more personal way. So something I wanted to talk about, because I've actually not really told a whole lot of people about this, is the tattoos that I have and what they mean, why I got them. So I actually only have 2 tattoos right now. I would like to get more, but right now I only have 2. And they mean a lot to me. So the first one I got is this one right here, where it is a bear paw that's supposed to be over my heart. Obviously I know your heart is in the middle of your chest, but I got it kind of off to the side, like if I put my hand over my heart when you're, you know, saluting the flag. So I got that tattoo when I had just turned 18. I got it as a birthday present from a friend. She paid for most of it and I paid for the other part. It was really an interesting experience. I had researched before going into the shop what I had in my mind for getting a tattoo. And so what this tattoo means is my ex-boyfriend, who was the one that I was in an abusive relationship with, I called him Mon de Mille, which means my honey bear in French, because he was actually Black French Canadian from Montreal. I spoke French with him and that was something that I called as like a cutesy nickname to him. So I got a black bear paw over my heart, meaning that he would always have my heart. He was the first person that I had a relationship with that I really loved. And so I got that as a symbolism of our relationship, that he would always have my heart. I thought it was really ironic that while I was getting the tattoo, that the tattoo artist told me that, you know, if you get a tattoo of a partner or significant other, more than likely you break up with them after. Me and my boyfriend, we had went back and forth with each other. We had broken up, gotten back together, broken up, gotten back together. He was very abusive with me. And I knew that that probably was true in my heart at the time, and I just didn't care. I really wanted that tattoo. I thought it was really cute. And I decided that even if we broke up, that I wanted to kind of follow a tradition that's in the Russian culture, where anything that's significant happens to you in your life, you get a tattoo about it. And I felt like it was very significant for him to be the person I was with at first, for my first relationship. And he really affected who I was as a person, especially since we started dating at such a young age and it was over the internet. I was 15 when I first started dating him, and he really shaped who I was. I went through a lot because of that relationship and the poor choices that I made for that relationship. I obviously was young. I didn't know what I was doing. I was very naive, and then him being abusive to me, and I didn't understand that at the time. It really shaped and affected who I was as a person. So I decided that no matter what, I wanted this tattoo, that I would always have a reminder of that relationship with him and my choices with that relationship. So I ended up getting the tattoo, and I think it was probably almost a year after that that we officially broke up finally. And once we had finally broke up and I had the tattoo, I did not regret it at all. I stood by my decision of why I got it, and so I've always had it. I've gotten a lot of really odd questions about it. One of the schools that was in Idaho Falls was the Wolves, and so a lot of people thought that it was a wolf tattoo. It's obviously not. It's a bear paw. I triple checked on Google to make sure I wasn't getting the wrong tattoo, because I've heard a lot of horror stories about that, where you get like a Chinese inscription and it doesn't even mean what you think it means. I got asked one time while I was cashiering if he got me, and I was really confused by what the guy was saying to me, and he's like, he got you. I'm like, oh yeah, obviously. Like, silly questions. So that was the first tattoo that I got, and then the second tattoo I got was on my wedding finger. So the second tattoo that I got, and I'll show a picture of it here, was actually drawn and created by my husband. So what I requested was 2 pandas holding a heart in the middle, and one signifies my husband and one signifies me. We both love pandas a lot, and so that really signified us. And that's sometimes a little cute nickname that we call each other is Panda. My husband is on the left and I am on the right, and you can tell because I actually asked for the I of the panda on the left to be an S for his name, and then an A for my name in my eye, which I'm the panda on the right. And then this is the only slightly colored tattoo that I have. The bear paw on my heart is completely black, and then the two pandas, they're in black, but then the heart in the middle is red. And that actually was like a really difficult tattoo to have done because my tattoo artist that I got it from, he did not like small pieces. He didn't like doing them on fingers because they fade a lot. And also because we were having the very small initial done for the S and the A in the eyes, he didn't feel like that was going to be possible to be done. But he actually did a really good job. It has faded over time, but no more than like what has faded with the bear paw on my chest. And honestly, I love both tattoos so much. I'm really glad that I got them. I love my ring finger tattoo. I actually wanted to add to it on the bottom to actually get the last name Lee in cursive underneath it, and so eventually I might do that with our wedding date on it. In terms of like the pain, there were like irritating parts of the tattoo, like especially on the one on my chest because it's a fattier area of the skin on the body, that it actually didn't hurt. It wasn't until that he got closer to my sternum that it actually started to irritate a little bit because it felt like he was really grating into my bone right there, and the ink didn't really stay very well right there in the skin. It just wouldn't take, so I actually need to have it touched up, but I haven't done that yet. I've also considered adding certain things, like my husband would think it would be really cool to like make it look like ripping the skin open to take out my heart, like drawing like just colors on it around like in rings around the parts of the bear paw. So maybe I'll add to it, maybe I won't. I haven't really fully decided on that. And then obviously adding on to the wedding ring tattoo with like my last name now and our wedding date on it. And then it needs to be touched up as well because it's faded through time. Also because my ring doesn't fit on it anymore, like it's really close. Like I can get it on, but it's really difficult to take it off. But my ring is supposed to fit right over the bears to where it's actually holding the heart so that you can't actually, so that the heart is actually covered by the ring so that it's actually kept safe. And then getting it off really sucks because it doesn't like to get over the knuckle. Anyway, so it sits on my pinky finger until I lose enough weight to actually get it back on my ring finger. So I think actually adding the Lee at the bottom with our date would actually look really cool. For pain on this, it surprisingly wasn't as painful as I thought it was gonna be. I had a lot of people tell me that it's actually really painful to get tattoos, especially like on the knuckles. Mine doesn't go over the knuckle quite. It's close, but it doesn't get there. But honestly, the pain didn't bother me at all. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was. I would be totally fine getting a whole hand piece if I ever decided to, or getting other like finger tattoos. I really like them because they're small, they're kind of out of the way, and people don't usually notice I have a tattoo on my finger. So that's kind of interesting. So I kind of like that, especially since my ring fits over it. Like, obviously I'm gonna have a ring on that finger since I'm married, so you don't really notice that there's actually like black ink on the background and realize that there's a tattoo on that finger. So it actually works really well. Anyway, so those are the two tattoos that I have, just to kind of give you some personal background about me and the way that I think, and maybe be able to connect with me a little bit more on a personal level. So down in the comment section, I want you guys to leave a picture of your tattoo explaining where you got it and what the meaning is behind it. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and drop them down below as well. If you guys haven't already subscribed to my channel, go ahead and do so that way you're notified of any new videos that are uploaded and posted. And as always guys, thanks for watching and have a great day.